it again like this, but um, today is Thursday, October 5th, or not October, December. I'm not sure why I said October, but today's ASMR will be a reading about racing. Not necessarily racing things like these, but more specifically, lawnmower racing. So, lawnmower racing from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. It mentions that this article needs additional certifications, or citations, I mean, for verification. Please help us improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and then removed. Find sources: lawnmower racing, news, newspapers, books, Scholar, JSTOR, JSTOR, April 2021. Learn how and when to remove this message. Lawnmower racing is a form of motorsport in which competitors race modified lawnmowers, usually of the ride-on or self-propelled variety. The original mower engines are retained, but the blades are removed for safety. The sport attracts all ages and is usually entered into a spirit of fun rather than extreme competitiveness, though many participants do take it seriously. To the right of the article, there is a photo, and it's captioned "The finish line of the 250cc class of 2007 Swift's Creek lawnmower races." In the United States, the earliest record of an organized race involving lawnmowers in the United States is in 1968, when the Ashton of on Mersey Cricket Club organized a sporting event by the name of Lawnmower Grand Prix for the benefit fund of Lancashire cricketer Ken Higgs. The event consisted of a dash over 880 yards, and was sponsored by Esso and Players Number 6 cigarettes. The event was won by Daily Mirror journalist Roy Allett, and Jimmy Slave came third. Slave reportedly prayed before competing and remarked that if he had never driven a lawnmower before. How can you mow in a council flat? Oh, my thing doesn't want to scroll. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Okay. The British Lawnmower Racing Association, BLMRA, was formed in 1973 by rally co-driver Jim Gavin. Jim and a bunch of fellow sporting enthusiasts were bemoaning the prohibited costs of getting involved in any kind of motorsport while enjoying a pint at the Cricketers' Arms in Wisborough Green, West Sussex. God, I have not thought about Sussex in a little bit. They looked across the village green and noticed the groundsman moving the cricket pitch. Realizing that everyone had a lawnmower in their garden shed, they asked themselves, why not race them? A local venue was found, and 80 mowers turned up that first meeting. There are several lawnmower racing clubs in the UK with slightly different or differing construction rules, but similar ethos that events should be professionally run and costs kept to a minimum. Racing tends to take place in bare fields, with the track marked in a temporary fashion, typically using bales or plastic blocks. The racing format is generally either spirit or endurance, although fun races take varieties or various formats, including relay and last man standing. There are various championships held throughout the racing season. I need to grab a little bit of water. Okay. Alright, so initially, mowers were self-propelled models such as the Suffolk Punch, which were re-geared and required the operator to run behind. These quickly gave way to larger cylinder mowers with towed seats, which are now referred to as Group 2. Group 3 and Group 4 followed in time. These are wheel-driven ride-on mowers, Group 3 being an open-engined garden rider, typically the Westwood Lawn Bug, and Group 4 being a lawn tractor. All mowers must have their blades removed and retain specified original components such as their chassis, bonnet, and drive configuration. Engine regulations vary between clubs, but these are standard and lawnmower type engines with little to no modification or tuning. Given the right track condition, mowers can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. My thing's not scrolling again. Weird. Up to 50 miles per hour. For everyone else other than Americans, that's like 90 to 95 kilometers per hour. Although track design serves to limit this and ensure that driver skill remains an important element of the sport. One of the best known events is the annual BLMRA 12-hour endurance race, which has been held near Wisberg Green since 1978. I just want to double check. Okay, good. The first event was won by Sir Sterling Moss, Derek Bell, and Tony Hazelwood, designer and builder of the Westwood Lawn Bug. Actor Oliver Reed also participated. The event attracts participants from other British clubs and from all over the world, including competitors from France, Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, Finland, and the United States. 2018 saw the win taken by overseas extract for the first time in the event's history when it was won by a team from Luxembourg. The current distance record over the 12 hours sits at 354.5 miles. I don't know the math of that off the top of my head. Here, let's just double check. Hey Siri, what's 354.5 miles to kilometers? Oh, I didn't speak loud enough. 354 miles to kilometers. For some reason, it's still reading. What? 354 miles to kilometers. That's approximately 570 kilometers. In 1981, the Northwest Lawnmower Racing Association, NWLMRA, was formed. Following expansion, the NWLMRA races all over North England. For more information, visit nlwlmra.org. In the United States, the 12-mile 500 is a lawnmower race held in small town of 12 Mile. Indiana, organized by the 12 Mile Lions Club and occurring Independence Day. The tradition began in 1963 as a race for factory-built mowers with their mowing decks removed, but in 1996 split the race into a two-race event with one four-cycle brakes lawnmower and another for modified mowers. The race adopted the Grand Prix style in 1970 and has been since held in Plank Hill Park ever since. The race structure has once again changed with the addition of another race. The 2010 race included a super stock race in addition to the Briggs and modified races. The 12-mile 500 consists of a 15-mile, 60-lap course run on a quarter-mile track in the park with a maximum of 33 entrants per race. Each participating team consists of a driver, a two-person pit crew, and a lap judge, and must meet a speed of approximately 30 miles per hour to qualify, just like in NASCAR racing. The sport was taken to the United States by the makers of a petrol stabilizer called Stable, who had visited with the UK and witnessed a race meeting. It has since grown to have multiple national organizations, including the U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association and the American Racing Mower Association. Lawnmower racing should not be confused with go-karting, wherein lawnmower engines have often been used, especially among the amateur participants in go-karting. Lawnmower racing is based firmly around the use of both engines and chassis from regular model mowers. Although, where go-karts are exclusively raced on relatively flat surfaces, lawnmowers can be raced off-road. In North Carolina, since the summer of 1984, the North tracker. The North Wilkesboro Rotary Club has played host to lawnmower racing at its Wikes County Agriculture Fairground facility, sanctioned by the Allenetti Mower Racing Association. Oval track racing on the dirt is reminiscent of the beginnings of stock car racing at the North Wilkesboro Speedway and the birth of NASCAR. Crowds have grown from a few hundred to gatherings of thousands on several Saturday nights from June through September. The Wilkes County Fairground site is said by many participants to be the premier facility within the ARMA Circus, AMRA. Proceeds from the club's lawnmower racing events are distributed throughout the year to many activities supported by the North Wilkesboro Rotary Club. The club consists of most of the United States way agencies. I am distracted because there's a Toyota Hiace that just pulled up behind me in this world, and it's kind of tripping me out. But provides annual scholarships to local high school students and holds a Christmas party for the county's foster children, while also supporting worldwide relief efforts of the Rotary International in Missouri. Starting in the spring of 2013, lawnmower racing has been held every other Saturday in Patton, Missouri. Racers from all over southwest Missouri and parts of Arkansas come to Patton Saddle Club race their racing machines. The races are held due to a merging of the Southeast Missouri Lawnmower Racing Association, SMLMRA for short, and the Patton Lion Lions Club. Hundreds of fans come to watch the races, only $5 a carload. Interesting. All proceeds are taken care of by the Lions Club. Racers vary in age from 6 to 70. 70? Okay, I'm reading that right. In 5 separate classes. Kids 6 to 12 run in the youth class. Their mowers are limited to a stock low mower engine with a governor set to move no more than 3,650 RPM and a 10 to 1 gear ratio. Adult classes are split by running time trials. The time trials are set up like qualifying in NASCAR. A class is in the mowers that run the fastest time. D class in the mowers that run the slowest trials. B and C class are in between the other two. Mowers are unlimited to engine sizes. However, safety plays a big role in the rules, and all racers are expected to wear full-face helmets, gloves, boots, a long-sleeve racing shirt, and a neck restraint. Mowers must be equipped with back bumpers, no front bumpers, leg protectors where the feet would be on the mower, a kill switch to turn off the engine in case of an accident, working brakes, cup holders, and a plate on the front, on the right-hand side of the hood to keep starters from blowing out of the side if the engine were to blow up. The first female youth lawnmower racer came from Missouri. Her name was Gabby. She raced her first race in fall 2006 at the age of 6. Many female racers have come after her. She began racing to spend her time with her father, then began to love the sport herself. In New Mexico, another popular destination for this form of motorsport is in New Mexico. Contrary to other regions, there are strict rules concerning the class of lawnmowers as well as how they are operated. Starting in January 1983, the lawnmowers used were primarily John Deere. However, due to dangerous horsepower produced by these engines, the class of lawnmower was no longer found acceptable to race. In 2012, Craftsman was declared the most used lawnmower brand in New Mexico. Craftsman had reported 290 racers using this brand in 127 races in New Mexico later that year. Later in 2015, new rules were imposed on the lawnmower racing system in New Mexico, preventing lawnmower racing occurring in populated locations. To the right of this article, kind of like earlier what I was talking about, there's it's a thumbnail. It's a video, actually. It says it's 13 seconds. I'm not going to play it. And it says lawnmowers racing on GSR Cartway Dirt Oval. It is 1.01 megabytes in size. In Australia's first mower race was dreamt up in a small country pub in Hartlepool, Victoria in 1988. 5 men challenged each other to race around the local hills of an area after an alcohol-related argument. They jogged up steep slopes, belching smoke from their unmodified brakes and stabbed Stratton's, popular lawnmower brands, rounded a nominated gum tree, then flew down in angel gear, Australian nomad slang for neutral, to the finish line. Half of the town's 100 people, 300 sheep, and 150 dogs were there, according to Brian Ross, 6-time president of the Australian Ride on Mower Racing Association, ARL. Let me read that again. AROLMRA. That's the end of the article. Like any other Wikipedia article, there's a bunch of references at the bottom. Actually, there's not that many on this because it's pretty short. There are 4 references. But yeah, that is lawnmower racing. It was honestly a lot funnier than I thought it would be, and it kind of makes me want to look it up a little bit just to see like the silly stuff that people do with that.